Welcome to my new channel about life in Spain and my travels. I'm Anna. I run a popular travel blog about Spain called At Lifestyle Crossroads. So many years ago, I fell in love with Spain. I moved here and I started to travel a lot. And I was sharing my adventures on my travel blog on my website. Basically, local tips, itineraries, like places tourists don't go usually. And suddenly one day it turned into my full-time job. So now on YouTube, I plan to show you more of the backstage process, places I visit in Spain, where do I go, restaurants, everything that happens during my life in Spain. Today, as I was having my coffee, I decided there is no point in waiting longer to start a YouTube channel. I've had an idea of a YouTube channel for quite a while, but I was honestly afraid of being on camera. I know it sounds crazy for someone who has an Instagram and like website, but that's different. Like those are short-term videos. Honestly, what made me consider it is the fact that I've uploaded a few shorts, basically from Instagram to YouTube, and people started to subscribe. So thanks to all of you who subscribed. I decided I will film and maybe integrate it on my website. Maybe I will make a YouTube channel as a separate project. We will see whether people are interested in seeing more of the backstage life in Spain and travels in Spain. So welcome to my first June blog with everything happening this month, and follow along. Well, this may look like an ordinary tree, but it is not. It is Drago Milenario, the dragon tree from Tenerife. My in-laws, I think they bought it 20 years ago. And these guys, they turn into giants. Spectacular. I visited Tenerife years ago, loved it. Dropped off the kids with my in-laws, and it's time to have, as more said, traditional Valencian breakfast. Let's see what's on my plate. So I have a sparkling water. I love sparkling water. And also olives. And sometimes in some places they bring you peanuts as well for snacks before the food gets here. So you can either have a sandwich. Carlos is having bocadillo de sepia. And yeah, I'm having a tapas style meal. I've chosen 3 different tapas. Yeah, and of course, after every almuerzo, there is a coffee. I'm having cortado and Carlos is having café solo. Now, a little self care moment. I don't get to have lots of those lately. My kids have vacation, so parents will understand. And yeah, there is no quiet at my home. But now, when they are with their grandparents for today, I can just enjoy my candles, my tea. This is the brand from Barcelona. They make natural cosmetics and also they have like teas and self care gifts. Oh, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So now I will enjoy tea and the lemons also from my garden. I'll leave you the name of the brand in the description. I was having my tea and watering plants. I've discovered new baby avocados in my garden. I'm obsessed with avocados. I can eat avocados all day long, and I hope this year we're gonna have lots of them because we have 3 trees. Inspiring music and my art therapy moment. I try to do it at least once a week. It just helps me to relax. I think it's called Neurographics, and I did a course maybe like 5, 6 years ago. And this is the series I'm obsessed with. It is based on the book, by the way. Okay, this is the final result. This is my growth tree to like inspire creative ideas. And yeah, I did lots of other projects as well. This is my therapy. And by the way, this is the book that inspired this series on Netflix. I have it in Spanish, but it's available in English, and it's about generational trauma. But it made me change the way I see my ancestors. I'm so grateful I read this book. It changed so many things in my life. Loved it. And now a bit about downsides of living in Spain from my personal experience and daily life. So when I get letters from blog readers who are like, "Yeah, the dream of my life is to move to Spain and build a house in Spain," like I get it, the moving to Spain part, because Spain is a beautiful country, the lifestyle, everything is amazing. But building the house part, guys, just don't get me started. Probably if you move somewhere like Costa del Sol or Costa Brava, you will find good building companies and good workers. I mean, I'm a big believer that there are like good people everywhere, people who care about doing their job well, which is generally not very common in Spain. Spanish people, they have very specific attitude, meaning, like, for example, my father-in-law usually says, even though he was a hard worker, but he usually says this local saying, which is like, trabajamos para vivir, no vivimos para trabajar, meaning we work to live, we do not live to work. And it sounds like a very healthy lifestyle, right? Unless you move it into work ethics, meaning no one cares. So, going back to my problems, we built a house in Spain 3 years ago, and the house has guarantee, which is like 30 years. So, yeah, this is my reading corner. I will add the photo of how it looked for a few days before the wall leak happened. And we live in an area where it does not rain a lot, like the Valencian community. It's like one of the driest areas of Spain. So, yeah, it doesn't rain a lot, but it started to rain, and something the workers didn't do well, like upstairs. So there was a huge wall leak. So first of all, this is not how it looked. I wish I filmed how it looked initially, but I did not. I already scratched the wall and I evened it with like the product. And yeah, there is a lot of work in painting now, but yeah, why I'm doing this? Because it happened 3 years ago, and we kept calling the building company because the house has guarantee. And yeah, there were a few other problems they did not do well, like while building the house. And once they showed up to fix the thing they initially did not do well, the problem is also like, you learn these things from experience. And we paid them like when they sent us the bill. We should have waited. This is probably like the good tip if you're building a house in Spain. Like that last payment you owe them, like wait for at least, I don't know, make them wait, or make a contract in a way that like you make them wait for maybe half a year before they receive the final payment. So we will make sure like things are done well, because once you pay them, I mean, yeah, you always have an option to sue them, but yeah, it's a lot of money and a lot of time, and it depends on like the amount of mistakes they made, right? Sometimes it's worth it if the house is like falling apart, but yeah, with this particular wall, I'm not sure it's going to be worth it. We've been waiting for 3 years for them to come to fix the wall, and they did not. Like basically we called them, they're like, okay, we'll come next week. And they never show up. There was another thing they didn't do well with the house, and that part they showed up to fix it. And the people they brought were like workers who have no idea what they do, and there was like the person like managing them and telling them what to do. And when I saw them working, I really reevaluated whether like I do want these people to come back to my home. I had a look at them and I decided probably, I mean, I should do it myself. I've never painted walls, so it's going to be my first experience, and I will show you the results. And hopefully in July vlog, I will show you the complete makeover of how this area will look, because we didn't have a designer for the home. I designed everything myself, like with my husband. Thanks God, we have similar tastes. So that area was supposed to be my reading corner, and yeah, it was my reading corner for a while. Hopefully when I will make a complete makeover, I will show it to you, and we'll see, and I will share my experience. Thanks God for AI, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, because yeah, I got recommendations on how to do that and which products to buy, and yeah, we'll see whether all of that was legit and worth it, or I will end up hiring someone and doing this. The only previous experience with makeovers I had was painting furniture, which I really, really liked. My husband's family, they had lots of like vintage furniture, absolutely spectacular vintage old Spanish furniture, something you cannot buy these days because it was handmade. But most of it was like really dark wood that wouldn't like fit our design. So I've painted all of it. And yeah, if you're interested, let me know and I can show you the furniture and how I did that. I originally had a hope the building company would show up. And then I just evaluated like realistically all the situation. And I realized either we sue them and they send their lazy workers to do something just to get rid of us, or I will just learn to do it myself and at least give it a try and maybe make it something personal and beautiful. Another idea I have is probably I will paint something on this wall with my kids because my kids love painting. So we'll see. But the original plan is to make it white. And yeah, we'll see whatever inspiration happens from that step. Okay, now the drama. Tonight is Noche de San Juan. It's one of the most beautiful festivities you can experience in Spain only in June and only once a year.